Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and
Terrifying and terrible.
live from the haunted
Raising Cane's
studio, here's Jacob Hester and
It gets better every time. Welcome back in hour number 3 of OTB. And for the first time since December of 2024, we get to welcome on our next guest after a New Orleans Saints victory. Our guy, Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football. Nicholas, how we doing this week, sir?
Hey, doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. We got
totally blew it.
What?
We said if we won this week, we'd have him on video.
We did.
Can we FaceTime real quick?
We did say that. That's on us. That just means he owes us next week after they beat the Patriots, right, Nick?
I don't see that one coming. But
you have little faith.
Oh, whoa.
Did you not see them this last Sunday? The takeaways, the defense, the Spencer Rattler throw to Rashid Shaheed?
I mean, they played good. They played all right. You know, shout out to Jackson Dart for being a absolute disaster after going up 14-0 too. That helps. But look, I mean, they played well. They took advantage of their opportunities. They beat an opponent they needed to beat. I think it's incredibly important for them to get that one. Even if you're someone checking Tankathon after every game to see where they're at, like they needed to win a game at some point to feel it, to keep everyone bought in. It gives Spencer Rattler, I think, more room to continue to develop, which I think is important. But more importantly, just like as you establish your culture and everything, at some point there has to be some level of success, even if everybody's looking around and saying, "Hey, look, this is a rebuild. Understand where it's at." At some point, you got to win a game. But yeah, look, I thought they played well. I thought it was great that the bright spots in that game are all younger guys that I think are probably going to be around for a while. I thought Brian Brzee played outstanding, and I think he's been playing well all season. The run defense has looked a lot better. Jonas Sanker might be the best player in their secondary right now, which kind of feels like a hot take, but I just think it's just what it is. Like if you're watching the games, that's just what it looks like. Quincy Riley looked good in that game. Like Kendrick Miller was running the ball well again. Like I think there's a lot of stuff to feel good about, independent of the result. And you know, whether they beat the Patriots or the Bears or the Rams or the Bucs in the next 4 games, like that's just kind of the stuff I'm looking for. So like I'm optimistic about that stuff, even if the result isn't there.
Nick, in life, you got to celebrate the victories. You have spent your entire life. You spend every day tracking these guys, looking at, taking notes, watching practice. When they win, you got to start out positive, man.
Hey, when they win, I can actually do like cool stories and stuff. So like that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Like you can't like really go in there and be like, oh, how does Kellen Moore use motion on 3rd and 4 to get the like no one gives a damn. Like so you got to keep.
Right.
There's like a ton of stuff that's in my pocket that I'm unloading the clip this week, and then we'll see what happens next week. So I absolutely, and like even just in the locker room, like people want to talk to you. Like no one's trying to get away from you. You know, you go watch the press conferences after that game. There's like no last question from anybody. Like everyone's excited to talk about stuff like so that definitely makes it way better.
You said it in your first answer here. Like the Saints were opportunistic. They took advantage of the opportunities that were given to them, and you can't apologize for somebody fumbling or throwing an interception or whatever it is. But you have to be able to take advantage, and we haven't seen them do that to this point. And in order for them to, whether it's stack 2 wins together or get multiple wins throughout the season, they're going to have to be opportunistic. They can't just rely on their roster, their talent pool that they're relying, because they're going to be at a roster deficit in a lot of their games. Now, not every single game, but they have to do that. So how do you, if you're the Saints and you're attacking this week, I know there's a lot of like positive vibes going on, but how do you kind of attack this week going forward?
I think they just got to try to find a way to, and this is just such a generic answer, but like they got to find a way to build on it. I mean, like they're trying to play bend but don't break defense, and every time Staley talks, it's like, hey, we aren't giving up the 40-yard bomb, but like you're giving up the 9, and like that's cool. You can do that, but like you do have to get the turnovers in the red zone stops and get up the field on 3rd down. to do it. So, like, you just showed you can do it. You showed you can get some turnovers. You showed you can get off the field on third down. So you got to keep doing that. I think offensively, like, we continue to see, like, growth and add-on to some of the stuff they're doing. And we were just talking about the under-center plays. And they've started rolling them out against Buffalo. They're bringing them back out in this one. And, again, like, having a kick return and you start at the 9 and you're pinned back, like, you're probably not going to be sitting back there in shotgun on every snap. But, like, the under-center snaps were higher, partially due to that series. But then they hit the 87-yarder out of an under-center play-action look. I formation, offset on the far side. Like, you look at Kellen Moore's tendency throughout, like, his whole entire career. There's been, like, 70 of those plays over the last 3 years. And from that look under center, far offset. And he's only thrown out of it 4 times. That was the 5th time. Like, so, like, you're seeing cool stuff get built on top of it, too. And they're creating tendencies now to break them. And, like, I think if you just keep doing that kind of stuff, it's going to help your offense. It's going to put them into advantageous situations. It's going to give Rattler the time to develop and grow. But, like, I think the defense has to remain opportunistic, and they have to start scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Like, that. Yep. That's a major, major issue right now. You get 5 turnovers and you get 1 touchdown. And a lot of that's because, like, they aren't scoring points down there. And Bailey, I think, is kind of the key to it. Bailey and Juwan Johnson, like, where are those 2 guys at in that area of the field? I think they really got to get Bailey going. The injuries, I think he's on the other side of it. They've been bringing him back slowly. It's time to make him a weapon because, we're looking for those bright spots that he needs to be one. You traded a 4th rounder for him. So that's the specific area where you're looking for him. And Juwan Johnson, too, he's a top 15 paid tight end. Like, he's got to make red zone catches. So you got to get those 2 guys going. But I think it's just the continual build on top of stuff.
Nick, you had a couple of guys come back, and we talked about it last week, in Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill. Now, Taysom only plays 9 plays, and it was very I feel like you could predict when he came in, like, kind of what it was. I mean, he ran 6 times and threw once in the 9 plays, and so he was involved in the game plan when he was in there. Very easy to predict, and so you hope that they, maybe hide it, disguise it a little bit better there. But I did think, like, even having Foster Moreau for – what he played 23 plays in this game. Like, it does help kind of solidify this offense a little bit because Juwan Johnson, there's flashes without question, but it's not consistent enough, I don't think, for what you need at the tight end position. And having those guys back, it does allow Juwan Johnson to kind of get back to what he's best at, or at least what you hope he's best at. How did you feel like having those 2 tight ends in your offensive game plan kind of helped out on Sunday?
Yeah, I think Taysom looks maybe a little like a guy that was coming back from an injury too. Like, right. Maybe not quite all the bursts there. Probably take a little bit of time. On 3 of those runs, if you go back and look at it, the pulling guard completely misses his block. So I think Torricelli Simpkins and Trevor Penning are kind of to blame on those as well. But yeah, I think it's probably going to take some time. And like you said, I think it was incredibly telegraphed. It always is, but like, when he's not moving like Superman, like I think it probably hurts a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I think they got to build on. He's got to get his legs under him. I think Foster kind of had like some silent impact. When you go through and you're like, hey, how'd that get sprung, or why'd that look good? Or you just see someone like, who's that making that block out? Like, you're seeing some of these plays from him that I think he's just such a good energy presence. I think having both of them back, though, like you said, like I think it allows everyone to kind of settle into their natural order. We'll see what Taysom is going forward. I think that's what they did is probably, I think you can blend it probably a little bit better, but that's probably the package of plays that I want to see from him this season. Like I thought Kubiak centralized him way too much to the offensive operation, and then he gets hurt and the whole thing just kind of crumbles, and then it's like, well, they can't score, they can't do this, and it's like, well, yeah, you tried to build it around like use check, and that's Taysom, and right. It worked when it worked, man, and it worked great. But then he's gone, and it didn't. He's 35 years old last year, the contract. I think he's a player that can help you win games, so you use him and you put him out there. But I don't know that you make it the piece of chicken in the pan and the seasoning on top, and I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Nick, we saw a really just an absolute brutal, horrendous call on the roughing the passer, and I know you get bad calls every week, and I know that the team every week, every single team turns in plays to the league office for explanations on penalties or penalties that weren't called. Do you know if we've heard back from the NFL league office at this point?
As of yesterday, they hadn't. They had reached out to kind of get an explanation. I mean, that's just, it's nasty, man. Like, and that matters. Like, it actually matters. Like, he has a chance to, he has a chance to maybe lead the league in sacks unbelievably, but like 5.5, like that puts you up there. And that's money at the end of it. Whether I got to look to see if he's got incentives or not. But like, if you end at 8.5 sacks or you get 10 or whatever, like a sack can make a major difference in how you're perceived. Oh, he's not a double-digit sack guy. Well, like, what if he gets stopped at 9.5? It's like, well, that one like was actually there. It matters. It really does. And look, it's just nasty to watch the game and then that happens. I don't need to see James Harrison type hits out there anymore. Like, you kind of look at some of that stuff now, the old games, and even just going back 10 years, like you cringe a little bit at some of the stuff that is out there and getting celebrated. But like, man, that was the softest thing I've ever seen. Like legitimately. And we're days removed, so it's not like in the moment thing. Like, it was legit. Like, he got him around the elbows, and it's just like he had too much force when he hit him, so they throw a flag. Is basically how it looked to me. And that's just kind of like, all right, man, like that's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely. Like, I don't think you can give like a retroactive sack in that case. What's an apology to at this point? Like, that's just something where he got robbed, and it could legitimately be something that cost some money down the line.
And it could have caused a loss too. Like, it was a big play in the moment. I mean, you're a team that's fighting, biting, clawing, scratching, everything to get your first win, and something like that happens to breathe life to the team is tough. I will say, like, the one positive that I took away from it was I thought that it gave Kellen Moore a chance to kind of like grow up a little bit as a head coach and kind of show a little like substance, so little toughness right there. He kind of got after the ref. I think it was a moment that I think he took advantage of and probably gained a little respect from his team, because they might not have seen aggression from him like that before in a game. So I thought it was a good opportunity for him.
Yeah, it's a good take. I'm going to steal it and use it, because like that's a very good point. I
was watching the game. I was like, all right, Kellen. All right, bud.
Yeah. No. Hey, Nick, where were you when I was getting hit by James Harrison with all that talk?
I mean, I was living in Pennsylvania, man.
So you saw it firsthand then. I mean, you're right there.
You're just watching like, it sucks to be
that guy. Look at that little white fullback that just got trucked. Yeah, that was cute. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
My golf shot would have broke that. That's
Fair enough. Nick, I did think Spencer Rattler had another very efficient game. You look at all the league stats, and he's ahead of some top tier quarterbacks when it comes to QBR. And I realize like the yards per attempt is something that a lot of people wanted to see go up. It did go up this game. And look, I have no biases towards Spencer Rattler, Tyler Sheck. Like, I really don't care whoever the starter was. But when I watch tape, I see a starting NFL quarterback. I see somebody that's continuing to get better, somebody that's starting to figure it out. Is he perfect? No. I mean, there's some throws, and Matt was talking about it yesterday, right? The ball kind of dies on him a little bit. He does have a tendency to throw behind a receiver. But right now, what you're getting, certainly when you pair it with some of the protection issues that they've had, I think you're getting a better version of Spencer Rattler than any of us could have expected.
I think no doubt about it. I think the most unfortunate thing for him is that look, and Chuck could end up being a better player. And I'm like you, I have no bias whatsoever. And I love it every time I talk about one of these guys. Like, there'll be a comment about like, you want so-and-so to fail or you want the other guy to win. And it's like, I run a business selling articles about the Saints. Like, all I want is quarterback harmony, because quarterback harmony means you're happy and you're spending money with me. So, like, I'm cheering for it probably harder than anybody in the world. So there's no bias whatsoever. Like, I think the most unfortunate thing to happen to Rattler is that they drafted the other guy, because, like, it just gets evaluated through that prism. And every single time you watch a game, it's like, well, is this enough to keep him ahead? What does it mean in the context of that competition? And because of that, like, I just say it. I'm like, yeah, he's playing well. Do I know if he's locked in as a long-term guy? I don't. Now, if Chuck wasn't there, like, I'd probably like be looking at it differently, because there isn't someone breathing down his neck. Obviously you still got the next draft class looming. And if you're in the top 5, like, you got to be looking at what's happening in Eugene this weekend between Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza and all this stuff. Like, there's still all these other options. But I think he's playing well, man. And I see the same issues. Like, I think there's some accuracy stuff. I think he's done a tremendous job cutting down the sacks. Like, that's a huge, huge credit to him. He's not putting the ball in danger. I would actually maybe like it if he was maybe a little bit more willing to take some risks. But, I think he's probably playing how their coach is telling him to play. The other thing that and I don't want to get like, over my skis here or anything, but like, is Kellen Moore maybe like one of these 6-7 coaches that actually has the ability to elevate a quarterback? Like, I don't know that there's a ton of them in the league. And, there's starting to be a little bit of evidence here that maybe he's actually one of those guys that can help someone get better. And maybe he is somebody that can actually develop at the position. And I think there's still a lot of evidence that needs to be gathered. There's definitely a ton of evidence that needs to be gathered about him as a coach. But not one aspect, like, I'm starting to look at it and be like, man, is he actually a difference maker? In someone that can make this work with a guy that needs development. And if that's proof positive, that's a very good thing to have in your building, especially at this time. But yeah, I think he's playing well. I don't know if he's long term, but I'm definitely not looking at it like he can't be in there, or even if he isn't your long term. Like, I think you can viably go through a season with him, next year and draft Jordan Tyson or Bain or whoever. Like, if you feel good about him, or you don't feel great about one of these other quarterbacks. But I think he's establishing himself as a guy that's a viable NFL starter. Whether I think you want to be on the top side of that top 15. But he's playing well.
I knew he'd get you. I knew eventually you'd say something positive about Rattler.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Rat's the best.
Yeah.
All right, last super quick question. Last one. If you're driving down interstate and it's bad weather, the rain is coming down, visibility is extremely impaired. Are you a guy that appreciates a good car turning on the flasher so you can see them? Now, extremely impaired visibility. Are you turning
Am
your
I
flashes?
turning on my flashes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the right answer. This guy over here, I don't know what they got in Tyler, Texas. My gosh.
I went with safety first.
Yep, turns out it's you. Nick, you're the man. We appreciate it every single week. You go to neworleans.football, subscribe. It is well worth it. We can promise you that. They've got it covered from every single angle. Hey, we appreciate it. We'll catch up again next week.
Yeah, no problem. Turning on the flashes is an incredibly soft move. Like, I wouldn't even consider it.
Yes, on the way out. On the way out.
I liked your taco answer better last week.
Man, woo! Oh, yeah. All them times you hated on me for my stance. Okay. You ready to admit that maybe it's you?
Nope, never.
Should we go pull everybody out in the hallways and go ask that too?
We're talking about extreme visibility issues.
Oh, wow. Now you're trying to move the goalposts. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
Somebody's never going to move the goalpost on you because they're going to give you their word and stand by their word. That's Russell Pool Company. RussellPools.com is the website. You can find a gallery of what they can do for you, which is build your dream pool. As you'll see, if you're watching this on YouTube, it continues to change and change and change, right? That's because that was the design that client had. Now, if you want something similar, absolutely, they can do that, right? But whatever your dream is, it's a big decision. You've been dreaming about a pool in your backyard for a long time, so why should it not be exactly what you want? And you're going to get that every single time with Russell Pool Company at russellpools.com.
That's right. Go to russellpools.com. Russell Pool Company, they've been doing it a long time here in Louisiana, and they are the name. When you think of quality custom pools, when you think of quality builds, quality design, whatever it is, you think of Russell Pools. So if you have a project in mind, if you've always just been having something that you wanted to do, give them a call. If you want to start a project, they can take your dream to reality. russellpools.com.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Sting or Sting and the Police? Like, was this solo Sting or was it with the group?
With the Police.
Was it with the Police?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't remember if I played the thing. I always do
It doesn't
that.
really
Yeah,
matter.
I don't.
As long as you played the song,
Yeah.
you know, that's all that matters. Welcome back into the Raising Cane studio. Here is OTB. There you go.
Nailed it.
That's
Nailed it.
really good.
Definitely. Got her. Any voice actor work you got, throw it my way. Matt can do the robot, and I can do that.
Meet more.
Me for
Oh, wire back, yeah.
Oh, wow,
All right. We told you we are going to do this at 9:15. It's 9:24, but you knew with Nick Underhill we'd go a little bit long,
You knew
even
it would
with
now.
our incredible clock integrity lately. So if you're driving right now, if you're at work, go ahead and pull up your screen there, pull up your phone, whatever. If you're driving, you just pull out to the side of the road. You don't have to put your hazards on. You can if you want to. And you can listen to the breakdown
be safe.
here of the South Carolina defense. So, Matthew, take it away.
Yeah, so I wanted to. We went a little long with Nick, so I was going to show you the opening drive, a lot of the running plays, different running plays, but there wasn't anything real specific to talk about. Just kind of shows that the running game is a weakness for the South Carolina defense. So I want to show you a few clips from today.
Again, 11th in the SEC, giving up 143.2 yards per game.
So I wanted to show you a couple clips from the second quarter. And now, like I said earlier in the show, the first half of this game was very competitive. Like, it was pretty two evenly matched teams up to a certain point. You had Lenore Sellers breaking a few tackles and making some plays, but it was pretty evenly matched until Kentucky was up 10-7 in the second quarter. They throw a pick six. No, they get a sack fumble, which we'll show here in a second, which they return for a touchdown. And then the next drive on second down, they throw a pick six. So it went from 10-7 with the Kentucky lead to 21-10 that Kentucky just couldn't. I mean, they had a backup quarterback playing. So a backup quarterback for Kentucky was playing in South Carolina, and it was pretty evenly matched until those two touchdowns. So, well, I wanted to show, instead of showing like a full drive with a bunch of running plays, I wanted to show a couple of plays that are relevant to LSU's offense and how we like to operate. Of course, we know that LSU likes to run a lot of RPOs or a run with some sort of behind the line of scrimmage action.
Yeah.
So we've always talked about how it's hard for running receivers to maintain blocks for that long. South Carolina, their defensive backfield has a hard time getting off blocks, and this is going to be a play that kind of shows you an example of that. We're going to get a pass behind the line of scrimmage. I think it's a bubble screen here. But we're just watch the players up top. They're going to lock up on their DBs and the guys they're blocking, and they just cannot get off. Up top here, it gets locked up, and they just can't get off a block. Nobody can. Look at 84 up here. He can't get off. He can't get off the block. Boom, explosive play. Now you got good pursuit from the backside, so that's one thing they will do. The defensive ends and defensive line play very high energy. But their defensive back. So from what LSU likes to do, we've seen it. We charted that almost 25% of our pass plays, or almost 20. I think it's about 21%.
What was it, 11 last week?
It was something. It's an alarmingly large amount of passes that we have completed or attempted that are behind the line of scrimmage. So this is a very relevant part of this game. Can our wide receivers maintain blocks in the open field? And if they can, we get our guys in space. What we've been doing can work very well.
I mean, it's not even a nice job by the right tackle. It's actually a bad job of trying to get the guy either on the ground or to slow down, and you still have a play to be made.
And this is totally old school right here. This is something you send a message to the offensive line. We got a quick screen or a quick throw. Sometimes you just say you have a throw protection where it's just like throw at their knees. Watch all 5 of them right here. 2 steps, throw. I love seeing it. It's so great. And defensive line hate it.
Oh, they hate it.
All right, next play. So something else that's very relevant, pass protection for the LSU Tigers. It's been an issue. It's been an issue picking up games. What do we mean by games? We mean looper. So defensive end or defensive,
a real big issue.
Defensive tackles will, on pass rush, they will move to the right and they'll let a defensive end loop all the way around him. So passing off pass rushers from our centers, our guards and tackles has been an issue. They get locked up on the guy that's in front of them, and they're having a hard time passing it off and catching the defensive end looping across. So this is You got a bunch formation down to the bottom, and I could talk for probably 3 hours on different ways to attack bunch formations and defense. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now, but there's so many opportunities against bunch formation right here. They play it terribly. We could destroy them. But we're just going to look at the pass protection. So we have let's see, 11 personnel. We got nickel defense. They're playing straight man-to-man. They're kind of in and out in this bunch formation, but they have the Mike linebacker in the A-gap. So guess what we're going to call let's go to the end zone. That's what we're going to call. We're just going to say, hey, Mike 17. And you see the center right here, give him a 5. It's just a 5-0 protection. We're going to get the 5 guys. Backs on number 7. Guess what they do? They use the Mike linebacker as part of this game to loop the defensive end all the way across. Oh, guess what? They did a poor job of passing it off, didn't they?
Yep.
The center just could not. The center and guard did a bad job. The guard could not decipher it fast enough. The center couldn't. Looper comes all the way around. Boom. Sack. Fumble.
Touchdown. Gamecocks.
So guess what? At that point in the game, 10-7 with the lead.
And you're right. LSU has struggled.
They have struggled with
any games like that. Like Southeastern had a ton of success with games. You got to be like the tackle. As soon as he sees it, has got to just take over.
And we're going to do this. We're going to do this real quick. Taylor, pull it back up. This is the way to do it. They decipher. This is later in the same quarter. Not the same pressure, but watch the right guard, right tackle here. This is how it is supposed to look, and this is how we hope that the LSU Tigers have worked on this on the bye week. Game, pass it off, boom. Guess what? Right guard learned, didn't he?
Yep.
Right guard learned. This is a little bit later, a couple drives later. Boom, pass it off, stuff it.
Yep.
Now, quarterback
doesn't
know what he's doing.
Terrible footwork.
They didn't know what he's doing. Oh,
my God.
And let's just throw it
Oh, my
there.
God.
Who's
that quarterback? What's his name?
Cutter Boley.
Cutter Boley?
Cutter Boley.
Classic Cutter.
I'd Cutter Boley. My God.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Better cutter him today.
Jesus. Yeah, that's got to be picked up because they will feast if you don't pick that up. And you saw it. They can change a game.
They can change it.
You're up, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, you're down 11. Right after being up by 3 on the road in a very, very difficult place to play.
With a backup quarterback.
With a backup quarterback. And your starting quarterback's kind of a backup quarterback anyway. So it tells you the backup to the backup. So,
yikes.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back. But before we take this break, real quick, I want to remind you about our friends over at K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. K2ZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com is the website in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, on the North Shore. They are ready to go. And honestly, if you're listening to us in Louisiana, wherever you're at, up in North Louisiana, they can help you out as well. Just give them a call. Tell them what you've got. Tell them the project that you're looking to get done, and they are going to come out, know your space, learn your space, and going to know it better than you in like 5 to 10 minutes. They've done it for me multiple times, and I promise you they'll do it for you as well. Go to the website, KTOZBlinds.com. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, speaking of throughout the state of Louisiana, the G team is throughout the state of Louisiana. So go to getgordon.com. Once you go there, remember you can have a chat with them right there on the homepage of the website. You can see cases they can handle for you in the courtroom, past client results. And it truly is throughout the state of Louisiana. So 318-225-985-337-504. We are all talking to you.
Is that all of them?
They've got a new one up in North Louisiana. I don't know if it's in effect yet, but we'll find that area code and we'll throw that one out there next time. But it doesn't matter because wherever you are in Louisiana, put that area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. We know the name. We've seen the billboards. And we know about the G team, how much they help out with the LSU Tigers. We know how much they help out in the community. But more importantly, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys are there to help you if you've been injured. Whether it's a car accident, whether it's workers' comp issue, whether it's something happened on the job site, whatever it is, give them a call. Let them fight for you. GetGordon.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in OTB.
I really enjoyed the music today.
It's 80s Tuesday.
I've really enjoyed it. I look forward to Tuesdays
Oh,
now
I know.
because of the music.
Were you wondering?
I was wondering.
Because he requested we change the bump
Yep.
theme.
Yep.
Second
show.
hour.
Second hour.
And then I said,
No,
took some
you were like, I'm
self-reflection.
good.
I said, no, it's me.
Yeah.
So I need to have a little self-talk.
Yep.
I need to
You
tell
forgot
myself,
it was
grab
80s
yourself by
Tuesday.
the bootstraps.
Now,
Pull
be a
yourself
man.
up.
You
Yeah.
you saw the video earlier of the head coach punching his player, and you wanted to listen to some System of a Down. You wanted to get fired up.
That's fine. Who
That's fine.
doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love System of
Who
a Down?
doesn't?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I never. A long time. Yeah. But no, I said, here,
Wake up.
I patted my chest.
Hang on.
Good.
You wanted to.
Keys on the table.
That's
You wanted
good. That was good, guys.
I don't
Well done.
think you trust. Oh, that like every strength coach in America just got goosebumps.
Yeah, he did. The hairs on the back of their neck.
Hairs on
Full
the-
attention.
Why have you forsaken?
Oh man, that was oof.
By the way,
Don't make
I
A
put
little
a
fuel
poll up.
going.
I put a poll up on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
The Twitter poll: do you turn your flashers on in bad storms? So far, 84% of people have voted no. I'm shocked that there is a 16% that say yes.
That's friends and family of Flynn.
Yeah, they're like trying to help him out.
Flynn's got a bunch of burners. He wouldn't
Yeah.
have voted.
On Instagram, let's see. Instagram got a few votes on there. So far, 100% of people on Instagram say they do not turn their flashers on in bad weather.
You know, I think it needs to be more deeply explained.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
wow.
think this needs to be deeply
I'm not
explained
saying
at all.
no, it
I
does.
think everybody knows exactly what
I
we're
think
talking about.
bad weather is understating. I'm talking horrendous weather.
Dude, you're moving the
I
goalposts.
gotta
Just
be
admit
honest,
that
if
you're
she changed
wrong.
it from bad to horrendous, I don't know if it would
I don't know
change
that would
much.
change the answer.
I don't think so.
You'd maybe get
Impaired
83
visibility.
instead of
Impaired
84%.
visibility. Yeah.
But
It is a hazard. It's a hazard out there to drive.
Yeah, stunting's a habit, but what's your point?
Right.
So I like to drive safely, and I don't like people punching kids. Sorry.
Kids.
God forbid.
God forbid
I don't
everybody's
like
against
when
me
head coaches
catching a
punch
lot of fire.
children.
I don't like when coaches punch children. I don't like people getting in car accidents.
What
All right.
coach
Sorry.
punched a child?
He
What
kept
coach
calling,
punched a child?
he kept calling DeMercado a kid.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
He is
I was
the coach. They are his children.
Flynn did. I saw him punch a 10U Packer for not catching the ball last week.
Nah, I just shook him a little bit.
You threw a clipboard at him.
Shook him.
Just kidding, everybody. Relax.
All right. On that note, I want to tell you about Pala, your go-to in Louisiana
they don't turn
for
their
heavy
flashers on.
industrial fabrication and infrastructure work. They build above-ground storage tanks, pressure vessels, piping systems, electrical and controls, and more. Pala's 100% employee-owned, and they take pride in doing the tough, complex jobs the right way and the right way every single time. So if your next project needs strength, integrity, and local know-how, check them out at palagroup.com. That is palagroup.com, engineering your future.
Go see him.
Right now, without your hazard zone.
No, pallet is safe. Safety first.
So they don't put their hazards on.
Right, because it's actually against the law in Louisiana.
Guys,
to do
lights
that.
don't always come on in the day when it's raining hard.
Again,
losing
just
your mind.
manually flip them on.
Yeah.
No, again.
Can't do it.
QB1's got one of those cars that senses when it's about to rain.
Right.
You know?
Automatically turns your windshield wipers
I
on.
think cars should come equipped with they automatically turn your hazard lights on when the rain gets too bad.
Can't believe Alondra pushed to have Flynn hired. I didn't really do much pushing. I didn't do much pushing.
I could see Matt getting pulled over.
it
Sir,
is-
you know you can't do that. These are my automatic hazards.
It is technically, though, Alondra. It was your idea, so. I mean,
That's on me.
Sometimes it's middle of the day and the sun is still shining, so it's bright, but you got that one cloud that is just dumping rain all over. You can't see 5 feet in front of your car, but your lights aren't coming on because you got the sun hitting you from the side.
So you just turn your lights on and then you're good.
It's not an automatic turn. It's
Do
not,
one flip of the switch.
Yeah.
no,
Kicks it right on.
but no.
We do it every time. Day or night.
I even have to remember to turn them off or else my
Right.
battery runs out.
Yeah. Every time I get out of the truck in the morning, I'm like, hey, my light's off.
Yeah, just built different. I like safety.
Okay. I don't know how to explain this to you that
Yeah.
it is not safe.
You
to
know
have
what?
Your...
Yeah, it's
It's
you lost
way
this
more
one.
dangerous.
You lost this one. Look, I
Concede.
lost the taco battle.
Yeah.
I give up. It's personal choice.
You're wrong.
See, why can you quarterbacks never admit when you're wrong? I don't get it.
Does Flynn pull the fire alarm when someone's cooking? Pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty good. All right.
That's a good one. I didn't like Nick's answer on the Patriots game, though. That was soft.
Bro, we're just out here trying to, like,
I
pump
didn't
some
love his
sunshine.
energy.
I didn't love his
I didn't
energy
love
either.
his
That's because
energy.
Spencer played well.
Yeah.
It's 'cause Spencer
He's
played
like,
well,
my
Nick.
narrative.
Yeah.
You
it's
know
like,
what?
Oh, Tyler Shaw.
Yeah, you open the, like, say, hey, man, we won. Awesome. And he's like, yeah, they played all right. Played all right.
It's like, thank God Jackson
That's
Dart
cool.
turned the
Thank
ball
God.
He was
over
like,
Giants were
dang.
terrible.
Spencer Rattler did good. Mother shucker.
I know.
I know.
I know. I thought, man, Spencer, where'd we pull it up? Let's see.
And then his
It doesn't
second
fit
answer
his
was like, yeah, I
narrative.
think Rattler, it bought him some more time.
Rattler
gotta
bought
push next
himself a
time.
stay of execution.
We got to push on that next
Dude,
time.
I've just been going like, we put out the thing when we were talking about weeks ago. It's not a Saints quarterback issue. It's an offensive line and
Right.
playmaker issue.
Yeah.
And 95% of people agree with it. Like there's 5% that are like, still hating on Spencer Rattler, which is fine. You're not gonna get everybody to agree. But it's like somebody said their comment was Derek Carr played behind this same offensive line and y'all blamed Carr. Well, one, it is a different offensive line. And two, Derek Carr had 10 years of NFL experience.
Yeah.
It's a completely different situation than somebody starting like their sixth game in the NFL.
He's a second year guy making $1 million.
Yeah.
And
not
Carr turned the ball over as well, like Spencer. So,
And he hated Louisiana.
yeah, he didn't. I mean, the guy went to Chipotle
and
for his first
he's
meal.
just unlikable.
But doesn't that kind of like fit the anti-Carr narrative more than anything? Because you go like Derek Carr did the same thing. Yeah, he made $35 million. Spencer makes $1 million.
So, anyways.
What's your point?
Yeah, let's go.
Spencer Rattler 17th in the NFL in yards right now, more than Kyler Murray, more than Bryce Young, more than Caleb Williams, more than Michael Penix Jr., more than Jalen Hurts, more than Cam Ward, more than Lamar Jackson, more than Aaron Rodgers, more than Justin Fields, more than Jaden Daniels, who's missed games. I get that. I'm just giving you a list. More than Brock Purdy, who's missed games. I get that, but I'm just saying. More than J.J. McCarthy. So QBR now he is up to – he's still at 18, even after the games last night.
Well,
He's still ahead of Trevor Lawrence.
in 2024, I get he didn't play in all the games, but in 2024, Derek Carr's QBR is 60.
60?
That's what it says on ESPN. I know he only played 10 games, but
I know.
There's
well,
no way his QBR.
I get it. Okay, you made a
I don't know. That's what it
mistake.
says on ESPN.
You made a mistake signing him, but at least we didn't re-sign him, right?
Yeah.
Well, he retired.
Am I right?
He
I mean,
retired.
Yeah.
So you kind of did resign him. He just retired.
It was a joke because we re-signed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a joke.
I was like, well,
Fool me once. Let's re-sign you.
can you imagine how many sacks Derek Carr would have taken already? What was the pressure? 86 times Spencer Rattler's been pressured.
Yeah, it was 86.
And this isn't like, I'm not saying that Spencer Rattler is a top 10 quarterback right now, but I also want to acknowledge that he's playing well enough for you to win games. Again, like, let's go to QBR. A better QBR than Bo Nix, Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence, Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Bryce Young, Geno Smith, Cam Ward. So he's playing well enough to win. He's giving you winning football, I would say. It's not perfect. There's things he needs to improve on. The yards per attempt, that needs to go up. It did this week.
Yep.
Right? Playmakers have to help you out in that situation too. But the whole point of this entire conversation was that the Saints' issues isn't a quarterback issue, right? It was protecting the quarterback and playmakers making plays and then the quarterback to go up a couple notches. They did that this week, and they won a football game. And I think if they do it again against the Patriots, they can win 2 in a row. It's at home. The Patriots, I realize, just beat the Bills, but you've got an opportunity.
What are you laughing at?
Mr. Big in the chat said Green Bay fans probably just got used to saying there's the backup that drives with his damn flashers on.
Here's Flynn coming into the stadium.
Oh, there's
Somebody
Flynn
said,
again.
Big Mike in the chat said, Matt, what did you do in the snow in Green Bay? Hazards on, arms waving out the window, doing 7 miles an hour?
I'm a really good driver in the snow, actually. Visibility's elite in the snow.
All right.
Great.
Cool.
Just see the whole team standing out looking down the road. Here comes
All
Flynn.
right. We got to take a break. Let's don't pile on Flasher
A lot
Flynn.
of people in the north, though, when it is snow, there's a lot of flashers happening.
Let's don't pile on Flasher Flynn. All right. Let's take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
I got your back, bud. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Get your free Generac quote ready to go. Remember, it's not too late. I know it's already October, but if you want that whole home generator, they'll come in, they'll slab it, install it. You're ready to go. I mean, we're talking about like a week to 10 days, right? It's more power. It's more protection. On the North Shore, 985-397-1562. Here in the greater Baton Rouge area, it's 225-300-9389. It's always online at BoudreauxElectrical.com. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Yeah, Boudreaux's Electric, your trusted Generac whole home generator experts for over 40 years. Family owned and operated right there in Napoleonville. Neil, Melissa, Justin Boudreaux are proud to deliver the highest level of service with a real local person answering the call and a local expert showing up at your door. And here's something awesome. They have been named one of only 10 Generac dealers in the entire world to launch the all-new next generation Generac generator. So go see them, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Welcome back in. OTB, one final segment here. Jake, Flasher, Alondra, and Tay all here with you. I want to remind you about Rouse's. Go to Rouse's.com. Check out the local deals at your local store. They've always got incredible deals going on, incredible savings. Also, you can check out what they can do for you on game day. If you're getting your tailgate ready to go, go ahead and go check them out at Rouse's. You got a home game there for the LSU Tigers. So you're going to be out there. You're going to be enjoying the tailgate, going to be enjoying some of the early games before LSU kicks off. And they are going to always have you ready for game day. They're going to help you cover the spread. So go check that out at Rouse's.com. We'll be back there. Rouse's Football Friday, Burbank and Lee, the entire show. So come have breakfast with us. Come hang out with us. I'll be there. Flasher will be there. Come hang out. I actually kind of like that name. I mean,
It's pretty sick.
it's pretty good. I mean,
Flasher?
you know,
Like Flash?
eventually, like,
So they're going to call me tonight in that game, the Flash.
yeah, then
Have some
they're
QB have some
going to
QB
be
runs.
calling Oshner next door.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
They better be ready.
So ready.
They're going to have people on standby.
Oh.
Is Dr. Etheridge going to be there?
I don't know. Dr. Etheridge, if you're listening, come on over. He probably could play in the game. Like,
Probably.
you know, he still works out and stuff. Played at Florida State. I got faith in him.
Hey,
I'm
this-
like warming my hamstrings up actively right now.
This has been an absolute award-winning day for the chat.
Yeah.
It's been good.
A lot of good participation. I mean, a lot of people wrong out there, but good participation.
Are you going to the game this weekend?
Yeah, we'll be there. I don't have a parking pass yet. Though. Anybody knows?
You're going without a confirmed parking pass.
Well, I just in my mind,
You know,
in my brain, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one eventually.
Gulf South with a good point. Ask the bench, is Flasher a good nickname for a 40-year-old man at a kids event?
That's a great.
That's
good
a
point.
great one. Why'd Flynn pull up in a white van with no windows?
Matt, you
Weird.
With his
Flasher.
flashers on.
Yeah.
Why does he have a trench coat on and high socks?
Oh, that's wild behavior.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, not gonna do that.
Yeah. You might not be allowed 50 feet from elite.
It's true.
Keep this up.
Jake might have to pull
I
some
would like
strings.
this is the one day I don't want to be allowed 50 feet from elite. I want to keep my hammies intact.
I feel good about the hammies. I think it's more like the calf and just the overall soreness that I'm going to have
Yeah.
coming in here tomorrow. Like when I walk up those stairs tomorrow, it's going to feel different.
Because that one go route you're going to run?
2. No, I said 3.
You said
You
3.
did say 3.
Yeah, 3
What
goes
about, like,
and 2 drags.
What if, like,
Can
what
we
if-
get somebody to film and get a highlight reel going?
You think you could pull off
Well,
like
a low light reel?
like an angle whip, like a Texas whip route right now?
Yes.
That's 3 cuts, bud.
Yes. Yeah. I've shown that route enough to my team where that's in my repertoire. I don't have many, but I got that.
But you could do it full speed.
I don't
Yes.
even care
With a-
about Jake on offense. I want to see some defensive highlights.
I want to see some defense from Flynn playing 2 deep safety back there. Me and Flynn.
Yeah.
Hit that back.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Hit that back. That one's
Yeah.
so hard.
You can go to elitetrainingbr.com, elitetrainingbr.com. We'll have highlights from that tomorrow. Don't
yeah.
you worry.
Also, stay hydrated.
At drinkmyhigh.com. Drinkmyhigh.com. I will be drinking my high before I go to Elite.
Go Tigers. Go Saints.
Go Flash.
Stay safe.
Off the bench.